Alright guys, welcome back. So today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to do some work on the interior of our 1985 Suburban. There's been a couple videos here and there about this one. We did lose a lot of the footage of us putting the LS motor in this thing, but it does have a fully built 6.0 4L80 transmission. It's a bad car. Full air ride, and all the footage we had of that stuff all got lost. So unfortunately, those videos never made it out. So anyway, here's what it looks like right now. So 1985 Suburban. Gonna redo the headliner first, and then I made this center console, but I'm gonna wrap it in the matching material. Let's get the top done first. But you can see that this is a very large vehicle, and I use it to tow the trailer all the time. And so you can see inside here. I mean, you can fit like.
Well, you got a dead hooker in the trunk.
What? No, it can't be.
Yes, it was. It was a dead hooker.
It wasn't a dead hooker!
Pal, I know a dead hooker when I see one.
A lot of stuff in here. So that's why I drive, and I love driving this thing around. The headliner has seen better days. This is the way it was like when we got it, and you can see here, I don't know how this happens, like wearing big cowboy hats or something. I don't know.
Yeah, this is good. This is like an adult show.
So if that wasn't messed up like that, it wouldn't be all that bad. But anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here, rip all this out, and then I've got some sound deadening material that I'm going to install to kind of help keep the heat out and some of the noise and vibration when you're driving on the highway. I've talked way too much. Let's go ahead and get this thing ripped apart. So you can see that wasn't too big of a deal. Front and rear piece out, and altogether I want to say that took me about probably 25 to 35 minutes. That wasn't that big of a deal. I'm going to throw some sound deadening material on the roof to help keep the heat out and the noise out and some of the vibration noises that this thing makes when you're going on the highway at those higher speeds. Let me go ahead and get that in real quick, and we'll see how it looks when I get done with that part, because I think it's going to be pretty sweet. This stuff comes off pretty easy, but I have a bunch of different tools that I could use, a couple brushes, stuff like that. So I could just basically take one of these brushes, see, and it kind of comes right off. And then I have my vacuum that's connected to the wall over there. I will turn that on, and as I'm scrubbing this, I'll suck all this crap off and then flip it over and do the other side too. I've done this years and years ago. I did this on my old Jeep XJ, and it turned out amazing. So hopefully this will be as good, if not better than that. So anyway, let's get to it, and I'll set a camera up and you guys can see how I did it, so that way maybe later on in time, if you ever decide to do it for yourself, it'll help you in your situation. Decided to go into the backyard. We have a shop in the back here, and I just got more space out here, so I brought everything in the back, and you can see in the background, or I'll show you here. We've got everything cleaned up, right? This is just sitting on top of here right now. I'm just gonna show you for example, and then I put some duct tape on the certain spots where I thought there needed to be a little more structure, where it was starting to rip and things like that. We also did the same thing on this one. And then underneath here, there's like little spots have to be cut out. What's going to happen is I've got it's a square pattern, so it looks, somewhat straight here. And then this is the front of the truck right here. This is where the windshield is. And then it goes back, and then it goes all the way back to there where the air conditioning is in the back. But it's in two separate pieces.
No shit, Sherlock.
But I want to try and match it up. So the good thing is there's like a grid on this. So I've got it to where like it's lined up here with this line, and then on the end here I just cut it, and then on the next piece when I put it there, I'll have it match up on the same line that's right here. When I cut it, I'll just cut it a piece off and make it match up, so it's one consistent pattern across the whole thing. We'll see how it looks when I get done. Anyway, I've got it with these little clamps in place, and what I'm going to do is just that'll hold it, and then I'm gonna flip the whole thing over, right, and I'm going to put it to the center, and then I'm going to spray one side, and I'm going to put it on, and then I'm going to undo the clips, and I'm going to flip it over the other direction, and then I'm going to do that side and have it come in. And then I think that'll be the best way, and then that way at least the clamps will hold it in place. And so that's my theory behind it, but we'll see if it actually works. So wish me luck, because I don't want to screw this up. So anyway, let me get to it, and I'll put a camera up so you guys can see how I do it, or how I mess it up, so you can not do what I do unless it works, and then you can do it. got the front section done, and I'm not too bad. I mean, I think I did a pretty good job. So, I mean, it's on there, it's glued, it needs to dry a little bit more, but I'm gonna move it out of the way and get the rear section up here, and then try to make sure that I get my little pattern all matched up. So let me move this one out of the way because I need 2 hands to do it, and throw this one up here. And obviously, somebody's slacking on the job. You could be helping me, Bear. Bear. All right, good job, Bear. Anyway, all right, let's get to it. Got everything done. Doesn't line up exactly right, but it's good enough for what I'm doing. I want it to line up, but I messed up. So anyway, looks good enough, way better than what it was before. You can see right here, they don't match up. I must have did it backwards. I don't know. Whatever. Looks good enough. It will do the job it's supposed to do. So, all right, let's go put it in the truck. Got to throw the sound deadening material in. I'll show you that when it's done. Toss this guy in, and anyway, let's just see how it looks, but I think you guys are going to like it. I know I do. It looks good already, just sitting on the floor. After I put the cloth or the covering over the headliner, I decided, because it was kind of flimsy, where it broke in the center, I added some reinforcement. So I just glued some cardboard pieces to the center. Anyway, I had it overnight drying, so that's what this has been sitting here for. And then I went inside and added some sound deadening material back here. And so you can see, I spent basically the whole time, and it's a little harder than it looks to put on because you have to roll everything. So anyway, and then I'm going to pull the carpet up and clean it and put some underneath there. So that'll be pretty cool. And it'll just make it ride a little bit quieter and nicer, which I'm not even sure, because after the turbos go on, I'm not sure if you're going to be able to hear anything. And then I've got the rest of it sitting here. So about to toss this guy in real quick. It's probably a 2-man job, but I'm here by myself, so you know, it is what it is. Let's toss this sucker in and see what it looks like. I'm kind of excited because I know it doesn't line up right. Maybe it'll still look cool, and regardless, I'm just having a blast doing this stuff. I love taking this stuff apart. So let's get to it. Doesn't look too bad, actually. It's not matched up perfect, but I could deal with it. I don't mind it at all. And then I added a couple, it's hard to see it, I added a screw there and there into the support beam, and also there and there, just to kind of keep it flat, because it was sagging a little bit even though I put the supports in there. But all in all, I'm happy with it. It's way better than what it was. But also, you can see here, I pulled the back skins off or whatever it is and added some speakers in there. Nothing crazy. And then I figured out on this side, this one was like all saggy, and you can see it looks like it got waterlogged. And so this one is in good condition. This one is not. So I grabbed some poster board from like Hobby Lobby. It's thick, but not, I'm going to double it up because the cardboard I had already made a piece for it is too thick. That should be about perfect once I double it up, and then I'm going to reattach. This one I'm just going to clean it and put it up. It's good. This one I have to glue it back to that one, and it'll be good to go. Off camera, got the center console almost done. You can see here where I was cutting all the stuff up, and I'm fitting it in right now. So I built this whole thing, figuring out where I'm going to put all my trans controller, radio, there's an air ride, there's a switch panel, and obviously the charger. So I'm just kind of sorting all this out right now, and then I've got to pull this out, take it apart, cover it, because I'm going to use the same material I used for this up here on this, to see how it looks. Toss that back in and see how that looks, and hopefully it'll be nice. Basically, I'm going to put all this stuff in. I might show a quick, probably just skip forward a little bit because the wiring and all that's going to be boring. I'll skip forward to somewhat of a finished product. Let's get this sucker put back together. Oh, doesn't look too bad. Fits the theme with the deal on top there. All right, so you can see from here, that looks pretty good. And everything opens up nice. Maybe I'll paint the inside of that or cover it also, just because it'd be cool. Yeah, I like it a lot. It's like super comfortable in my arm. But I also have to wire everything. I have to wire the whole radio, all the switches, all the stuff, label them. And then underneath here, I have to make a piece so this thing doesn't just flop back all the way. And even though it stops right there, I'd have it stop like right here. So it's been a couple of days, maybe even close to like a week or two. So I just fast forwarded to the final product so I can show you what it did. All right, so in the back, what we ended up doing is we added a power inverter so we can plug stuff in. I dynomated the whole back of this. Underneath this is all, you can't see it because I had to pull all this up. It's the dynomat sound deadening. Obviously, in top, the final product, as far as getting the roof reskinned, I added the speakers in the back on both sides. And then inside, and you can see right here, obviously we built this earlier in the video, and I ended up putting the speakers down here on both sides. We've got the trans controller, and this is just on a magnet to hold it in place. It's really sturdy. I did the same thing with the air ride control, so if I need to take it out or do something that's accessible. And then obviously our fuel gauge. Then over on this side, got the radio in. It does all the stuff radios do.
No shit, Sherlock.
And then this is like a control panel that I haven't labeled yet. All the stuff is right here for it. This is just like there's fans in here to cool the amps off that are underneath. The amps are underneath this. And then this one here turns on the lights. This one here is the reverse camera. So you can see here. I just wired it straight to the power. I got to wire these lights in because none of this stuff works up here besides these open and close, but none of the lights work. So I'm putting a light strip here in here, and I'm just gonna have it on a push button because there's a power source up here, but none of the stuff has wiring in it. So when I bought it, it was somebody already burnt it up or did something to it. So I like this being up here, but I want lights, so I'm gonna put them on a switch. So that's one of the things we have to do. That's gonna be it for this video. If you guys wanted to see the wiring and all the little things like that, like maybe on a time lapse, put it in the comments below. Let me know, because I'm and bring you guys the information you came here to watch. Now let me tell you, next video is gonna be pretty good. Next video we will have from ICT. I bought this. Basically, this kit brings all the accessories closer into the motor, and the reason we're doing that is because we have the turbos ready to go. So this will be coming up soon. So first I'm gonna do a video about the accessory drive, which is gonna basically remove this air conditioner and put it down the bottom and then tighten everything up and give me more space so that the headers can come up and over the top, and the turbos are gonna sit on top and out of the hood. So this is the kit that should do it. The only thing I don't have is the intercooler and the exhaust, but I won't know what intercooler and how the exhaust is gonna go until I get the headers in. And then I'll know my spacing, so I wanna get this stuff in first before I order them, but I gotta get that stuff in first before I can put this stuff in. So the next video is gonna be the accessory drive going in, and then the video after that one is going to be the turbos going in. So I want to thank you guys for sticking around this far, and if you liked all this stuff, make sure you like, share, subscribe. But anyway, leave a comment, and we'll talk to you guys later.